She stood me up on our first date, so I ate the $300 dinner alone and went viral. I wasn't trying to become the main character on TikTok that night. I just didn't want the steak to go to waste. Let me explain. Her name was Jules. We met on Bumble. Her profile said she was into psychology, sushi, and men who go to therapy. Lucky for her, I've got a therapist named Dan who knows way too much about my childhood and probably deserves a raise. We matched, we vibed, and after a week of texting that somehow included 2 existential memes and a deep dive on whether cereal is soup, it's not, she agreed to dinner. I made a reservation at this sleek downtown spot called Ember, the kind of place where even the water costs money and the waiter introduces the butter like it has a backstory. I even shaved. On a Tuesday, I showed up 10 minutes early because I'm a punctual king and slightly neurotic. I wore my best shirt, the one my sister says makes me look like I have a stable income. I checked the mirror, practiced my I'm chill, not desperate face, and waited and waited. 5. Maybe she's late. At 10, maybe parking's a nightmare. 15. I text her, hey, all good? Read. No reply. At 7:30, the hostess asks if I want to give up the table. I say no. I say she's probably just running behind. I say this like a man deep in denial. At 7:40, I order the $48 steak out of spite and hunger. I start documenting it as a joke. Take a picture of the empty seat. Caption it, when she ghosts you, but you're committed to medium rare revenge. I didn't expect it to blow up. I take a bite. It's glorious, like actually life-changing. Charred outside, juicy inside. The kind of steak that makes you forget childhood trauma and Spotify ads. I post another pic. The steak, a glass of wine, and her still empty seat. Caption, she's late, but at least the cow showed up. By the time I finish the meal, I've got 4,000 likes. People are invested. Strangers are sending DMs like, justice for solo steak guy. One woman offers to join me from Ohio. At this point, I'm full, slightly tipsy, and fueled entirely by online validation. The waiter asks if I want dessert. I say yes because I am emotionally unstable, and creme brulee is therapy. More photos, more posts. I name the empty seat Jules. People start tagging their friends. It's turning into a weird parasocial group date. Then the manager comes over. I panic. I think they're kicking me out for loitering or turning the restaurant into a meme. But no, he leans in and says, are you the guy from Twitter? What is happening? Turns out someone on staff saw the post, recognized the plate, and now the chef wants to meet me. I'm escorted to the kitchen like I'm some kind of influencer, which I'm not. I'm just a guy who got stood up and has decent phone lighting. The chef, actual hat and all, shakes my hand and says, glad you enjoyed the steak. Next time, bring someone who deserves it. Mic drop. I leave the restaurant with a free dessert, a selfie with the staff, and 12,000 followers I didn't have this morning. Then it happens. Jules texts me, sorry, emergency. Can we reschedule? That's it. No explanation, no apology. Just like nothing happened. Now I know I could have ignored it, taken the moral high ground, but I didn't. I said, sure, Ember, same time next week? She said yes. Now here's the part I didn't expect. I show up, same shirt, same table, same steak, but this time I bring a date. Not just a date. The waitress from last week, the one who watched the whole solo dining saga unfold in real time. Her name's Mia. She's funny, hot, and also kind of petty, which is apparently my type. We're seated before Jules even arrives. When she walks in, she freezes. Eyes dart from me to Mia to the table she thought was hers. I raise my glass. You're late again, and that, my friends, is how I turned the worst date of my life into a viral meme, a 5-star meal, and a second date with the actual main character.